sir, I'll only record, sir.
Okay, you only record is fine, but you can't tell me you are very simple.
What's it?
See, before you get to demo, and then
Sir, you're not audible, sir. Your voice is not clear, sir.
my voice is not clear. I'm shouting
Yes, sir.
already, and this is not clear. I think it's from your end only. 100%. I'm in college. There is no way it will not be clear. And this is a LAN. It's not even a Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi connection. Okay, is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Let someone explain before you demo.
Okay, sir. Sir, I'll first explain the naive-Bayes algorithm, which is used to predict whether a person is suffering from CKD or not, sir.
Okay. I think Prakriti wanted to explain something. Let her explain the project.
Sir, it is raining at her place, sir.
Oh,
So,
it's raining. Oh, she's not able
yes.
to connect also.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, sir.
Fine. Continue.
Sir, this is the main algorithm which is used to predict whether a person is suffering from CKD or not, sir. I'll just explain how the naive-Bayes algorithm predicts whether a person is suffering from CKD or not. First, we have used naive-Bayes algorithm because it is one of the supervised machine learning algorithms. Because here we have to predict whether a person is suffering from CKD or not. That is yes or no. So we have used naive-Bayes algorithm. Coming to the function, that is here it is naive-Bayes, and we are going to create a array list object which is just a buffer to store the data. Next, again we are going to create a output which is initialized to null. And since the output is either yes or no, we are going to add the array list with append the array list with 0 or 1. That is 0 means no and 1 means yes. And array list parameters, this parameters array list contains all the 24 parameters that are used to predict whether a person is suffering from CKD or not. Now let me show the different parameters that are used. These are the 24 different parameters that are used. It's loading, sir. These are the 24 different parameters which are used to predict whether a person is suffering from CKD or not. Next, the main formula in this naive-Bayes algorithm is that we are going to use the formula that is P is equal to n underscore C plus M star P divided by N plus M. I'll show the formula also. This is the formula. Yeah, this is the formula that is used, that is n underscore C plus MP divided by N plus M, where here for easy understanding we have just considered the five data sets, whereas in the project we have considered almost about 1000 training data set. For easier understanding, we have considered only here 3 parameters. M represents the number of parameters, that is M year is equal to 3, that is age, gender and BP. So M is equal to 3, whereas in the final project M is equal to 24 because we are using the 24 different parameters. Then we have to find the capital P, which is equal to probability of the outcome, that is whether a person is suffering from CKD or not. So that it is yes or no. So it is the probability is 1 by 2, which is equal to 0.5. Next, Here we need to first find the probability of that is conditional probability of all the parameters. For that, initially this in the example this runs for almost this runs only for 5 times because we are using only 5 data sets, whereas in the final project it runs for 1000 times. That is how many data sets that we have used. Since we have 3 parameters in this, we have 3 yes or no values. That is here this is first we'll take the parameter age is equal to 25. In this data set, first we'll see that n is equal to number here n is the number of records where in the data set where age is equal to 25, that is Anil age is equal to 25, that record Anil will take that record, and Anu, these are the 2 records where age is equal to 25, therefore n is equal to 2, and NC is the number of records where age is equal to 25 and CKD is equal to S. That is the final output is S. That is the person is suffering from CKD. So we'll check the data set here, and here the age is 25 to NC is equal to 2. Both the persons Anil and Anu both are also suffering from CKD. So NC is equal to 2. Then we'll compute the probability, and we'll find that age is equal to 25 and with CKD is 0.7. Similarly, we'll find for not CKD also. For not CKD, all the values are same except NC. Here NC is the number of records where age is equal to 25 and CKD is not equal to S. Here since here we have only 2 patients where age is equal to 25 and both are also suffering from CKD. So in not CKD case, here NC becomes 0.
Okay, just continue. Got this. Continue. Now go to the code. Go to the code and then
So here also NC becomes 0, and we'll calculate the p-value, that is 0.3. Similarly, we'll follow the same steps for the other 2 remaining parameters, that is gender and BP, and we'll find the final probability value, that is 0.7 and 0.3. Then we'll multiply all the positive, that is SCKD values and not CKD values. Then we'll check whether which is greater, whether CKD is greater or not CKD is greater. If CKD is greater, then we predict that the patient is suffering from CKD. If not, then we'll predict the person is not suffering from CKD. In this example, we are only considering 3 parameters, that is age, gender and BP. Whereas in our final project, we are going to consider 24 different parameters. For that 24 different parameters also, we have to calculate the probability based on the training set. Similar, in the same way, we are going to calculate the probability, that is a p-value. Then after calculating that p-value, we are going to check which is the parameter, that is S is more or no is more. Based on that, we are going to classify whether a person is suffering from or not. So here we have added all the 24 parameters. Here classify is the array list where we are going to predict whether a person is suffering from CKD or not. So we are adding here all the 24 different parameters, that is age, BP, specific gravity, albumin, and all those 24 parameters. Then after that, then we are going to we are going to fetch the training data set. Then without training data set, nothing can be done. So we are going to get the training data set, and classify is a testing data set. For that classify, we are going to predict whether a person is suffering from CKD or not. This is a for loop, and here S dot count. S is the probability, that is whether a person is suffering from CKD or not. So this for loop runs for S dot count. Here S dot count, I'll show you. Here S dot count, we have initialized it with 0 and 1.
Enough, I got it now. Okay, so now scroll down. I want to see something there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, this is your N and NC. Okay, fine.
Yes, okay. So this for loop main, this is the main.
I got it. Scroll down.
Okay, sir.
Then you converted it to string, okay, and then fine, you calculated it, then fine. Okay, go down and then find the absolute value of that, okay, to avoid negative number, okay, and then you must find that. Fine. Okay, this is done, and this is the prediction. Wait, stop at the prediction.
This is only the prediction part, sir. This is the first phase. This is only the prediction part. It is whether a person is suffering from CKD or not.
Okay.
This is only for prediction. For prediction, we are using all the 24 parameters.
Okay,
next,
fine.
in this prediction, if we get yes, the person is suffering from CKD or not, next we will move on to the GFR part. in which stage the person is suffering from. If the output is not CKD, then we'll not move on to the EGFR formula. If it is CKD, then only we are going to move into the stage prediction part, sir.
Okay,
If
fine.
it is
So
only
this is
S, then
fine.
we are going. I'll show the stage prediction part of coding also. Here we have a formula for EGFR. I'll just show that. This is the formula, sir. These A, B, and C are constants, sir. And this formula varies differently for both male and female. If it is male, and if the serum SCR stands for serum creatinine. This CKD prediction depends upon all the 24 parameters that I've showed you. But this GFR prediction only depends upon the 3 parameters, that is serum creatinine, age, and gender. So if he is a male and his serum creatinine value is less than 0.9, then these are the constants A, B, C. These are the constants which we cannot change, sir. And if it is greater than 0.9, these are the constants A, B, C. And if the patient is a female, then if the serum creatinine value is less than or equal to 0.7, then these are the constants A, B, C. And if it is greater than 0.7, then these are the constants. And based after applying this formula, first initially, this is the coding part. Initially, we have initialized all the constants to 0. Then we'll check whether the person is male or female. Based on that, we are going to pass the constants, that is A, B, and C. And depending upon this constant 0.9 also, it varies, sir. A, B, C constants varies. Then after that, we are going to calculate the GFR using the formula, that is as showed in this one, sir. We are going to calculate.
Okay.
Then after the output of this will be in terms of percentage. Depending upon that percentage, we'll predict whether a person is suffering from stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, or stage 5. And if GFR is greater than or equal to 90, then it is in output is stage 1. That is only less chances of getting a CKD and less number of symptoms. And it varies like that, sir. If the GFR is between 68 and 89, it is stage 2. If the GFR is between 30 and 59, it is stage 3. And if it is between 15 and 29, stage 4. And it is if it is less than 15, it is the final stage of CKD. That is a kidney failure and less chances of longer survival of the patient. And these are the things which doctor will calculate. And based on this, he'll upload the treatments to the patient. Patient can view the treatment which the doctor has uploaded using his username and password. And this is the main part in our project, sir. This CKD prediction and EGFU and stage prediction, sir.
Okay,
and
so now, okay, and here at the stage is fine. Okay, yes, so is there any recommendation, like, see, when someone is saying stage 3, for example, is there any recommendations that the doctor can give?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Food recommendation based on the stages. Yes. We are going to recommend the food for the patient, sir.
Okay, did you implement that in the project?
No, sir. That is only pending, sir. That and patient modules are pending. Admin and doctor and receptionist are over, sir.
Okay, now demo it.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. This is the home page of our project, sir. What is CKD, and it gives just an introduction about what is CKD and all. These are the next. Next we can log in user login page. Here we have to select the type of user, whether he is admin, receptionist, doctor, or patient. If the main function of the admin is to create the doctors and receptionists. His ID is admin itself, and the password is.
Okay, yeah. So my question is, see, why is the admin? Why is the password 123? Yeah, can I?
Sir, we can change the password also, sir.
Okay, account.
Initially,
Okay, go there.
he can initially the password is little weaker. Then he can go to his account and he can update the password, sir.
Okay,
He has to
update
give
it now. Update it now. I want to see.
What, sir?
Update the password.
Okay, sir.
Now listen. Don't type. Okay,
Yes, sir.
yeah. Make the password length. Did you validate this thing? Like, why is it? Who is telling
What, sir?
that only now? Why is the password length so short? Like, did you even take it into account whether it's alphanumeric? I mean, did you restrict it to have maximum length, or can you just take anything?
No, sir.
Did you
We have
understand what I'm saying? Okay, you have restricted. Okay, go to new password. Go to new password. Keep
Yes,
typing.
sir.
Keep typing.
Okay, sir.
No, keep typing. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Ah, so where is the restriction? Did you understand what I mean?
Yes, sir. I got it, sir.
Ah, so you can validate this, right? So if someone enters ordinary number, you should not accept it, right? You should tell at least it should be alphanumeric, no? Enter new
Okay,
password.
sir.
Okay, enter anything. Enter anything.
Yes, sir.
Because somehow they should have a kind of a control, right? That I cannot take anything, any length of it.
Yes, sir.
Change password, yeah. Okay, now,
Yes,
yeah.
I
Now
just
try
sign out
logging
and
in. Okay, okay, it should redirect you, right? After you change password, it should redirect you, no?
What, sir?
After you change password, your
It
program
should
should
direct to login page.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
Log you out automatically and then redirect to login.
Yes, sir. We have again got this.
Okay, wait, stay there. See, the password is still 123.
No, sir. It's here. Sir, it is for the doctor, sir.
Okay, where is the admin password? Where is the admin password?
Admin password is here, sir.
Ah, sure.
Old password now it is 123456, sir.
Yes, okay.
And again, if you want to change, we can change it, sir.
No, don't change it. I want you to show me the admin password. Is the admin password not visible?
Oh, it is hidden.
See. Okay, it's hidden. You know what I mean, right? The doctor's password is visible. Another, yeah. So is admin password visible or not?
No, sir, it's not visible, sir.
Okay, now go and show me where it is in the back end. Open your MySQL server.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Don't sign out. It's okay. Because somehow we want you to demo one prediction now. That's it. You should demo one prediction. So how many tables are there in the database?
What, sir? 4
how many
tables,
tables
sir.
are there in the database? Okay.
Sir, actually yesterday I tried, but I'm getting this error, sir.
Where are the tables first?
Wait, sir. I'll just open the table, but I'm getting this error, sir.
Table user, table treatment, table.
Unspecified error.
Unspecified error. So why? See, first thing, your front end and your back end, where is the code that links both of them?
What's it?
See, we normally implement a framework called Model View Controller. The view is all about your ASP.NET page, okay? Which is whatever we see. So the model is a code which you write in C# that links your ASP.NET pages, your ASPX pages to your backend. Where is that code? Yeah, to SQL Server. Where is the code? Because see, you need to show me the table. See, how many tables are there? You have table admin, table what? How many tables are there?
Sir, the linking of front end and back end, sir.
Yeah, where is that? Where is the code? It should be implemented in C# only, no?
Yes, sir.
Or C#, yeah. Where is the code? I hope you know what I mean, right?
Yes, sir, I got it, sir.
Yeah, because see, by default, it will not just see the back end, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you have to test the connection, whether the connection is enabled, whether it's disabled, whether there is an error message, because that is where this error message is coming from. I'm asking you now to show me the table where this admin and is there. It has entered only. What if there is an error message? You should throw an error, no? Yeah, if
yes,
the server
showing error from yesterday night, sir, so I was not.
it should be there.
Sir, I'll debug this and I'll show in milestone 4, sir.
No milestone 4, you have to show today only, otherwise you get 0.
What, sir?
You have to show today only, no milestone 4. Milestone 4 is another thing where application. This one you have to take.
Sir, you're not audible, sir.
Okay, I will call you on WhatsApp.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so fine. So is there any other thing that you want to explain? Fahim, anything that you guys want to explain?
Sir, she
Is there
has
anything-
almost covered everything, sir.
Yeah, she has covered everything. See, we have to do a conference call later, okay? Because
Yes,
what
sir.
what that will be, it will be more about the implementation part. Your code should be up and running. There should not be any error messages. You should know where the table resides. You should know where your logic resides. You should know where the view resides. You should talk about the validation which you did. You should talk about the testing which you did. You should ensure that all the test cases were satisfied.
Okay, sir.
So all those things should be put in place. See, milestone 4 is Khatam ho gaya. That's all. There is nothing left in milestone 4. Okay. So milestone 4 should be more of this is ready. You have deployed it on GitHub. You have made a YouTube video about that. You have done this. You have done that. That is it. Okay.
Yes.
Fine. So this you have to debug it now. And I'm telling you girls over and over. If it's difficult, you can come to college now. No, nobody has a conveyance. You don't have bike.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, you guys meet somewhere. Don't come to college.
No, sir. No, sir.
No, don't come here.
Sir, Harini and Prakriti have, sir.
Okay, you meet.
Sir,
in
we will
whose
somehow
place?
meet at one place, sir.
Yeah, meet in someone's place. Whose place? You have to decide now only. Meet there. Please make sure you complete your project. I mean, it has to be 100% up and running.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you all decide, meet somewhere and finish it. Now there is no restriction, right? Well, maybe I think the restriction is there only till 9 p.m. or something. So during the day, you utilize that opportunity. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
fine.
Okay.
Fine. You may end the session now then. Okay.
Okay, sir.
But keep the video ready, do everything, and then send it to him and Sir only. Fine.
Okay.
Okay. Bye. Yeah.